Hey guys, what's up? It's Self-Dev and welcome back to another video. I am going to do a part 2 on what to expect high quality teachers to be like, and basically describing what you should expect to see in a teacher who will enable you to actually learn rather than take it as dogma and similar things like that. So I've made a part 1. If you haven't seen the part 1 already, then I suggest you pause the video and watch that one first. Although it's not really that important which one you watch first, but it makes sense to watch the first part first of all, and then to watch this part. So I've missed a few things off in the first part, so I thought I would do a part 2. And one of them is that the teacher should not take things too personal or have some kind of personal emotional connection to what they're teaching, because if they do, then emotions are going to get in the way of what they're teaching, and they basically will have the emotional connection will make them cling to a perspective, whether it's true or not, because they are emotionally connected to it, and they've basically assigned this perspective into their identity, and they're basically protecting it like a pet, basically. So if you try to challenge what they are telling you is true, then they might be emotionally reactive in a manipulative way to make you stop asking questions and to make you just assume that what they're saying is true. And they will basically perceive that as a personal attack, when clearly you are not personally attacking them. You are just trying to find out what's true or not. And if you don't fully trust that what they're saying is true, then you have a right to question that, rather than attack them, which you are not doing. I did make a video on, I can't remember what it was called, separate the person from arguments when you have an argument or a discussion with someone else. So not taking things personally. So like if you're questioning someone, if you're saying, well, I can't make sense of that, would you be able to explain? And the other person, if they're mature enough in this way, then they will not be emotional and see it as an emotional attack. So that's pretty much in depth on that point. So the next point is bias. So I might have talked a little bit about this in the last video, but it's basically, again, it's similar to the first point, so an emotional connection, but this is more on authority. So maybe they have a favorite scientist or someone who they are quoting and basically treating as a god, or making it like they are a cult leader or something, even though they probably aren't. The connection is kind of like that person is a cult leader and following a cult, and just assuming everything they say is true, just because they have an emotional connection to this person. And it could also be not just a person, it could be a society, a company, like a website, like anything. So just because someone or something like a website you have noticed to provide you with accurate or logical or sensical information, that is not a ticket to say that they will always be truthful or accurate, because sometimes they can make mistakes. And also on the flip side, if someone or something usually says inaccurate information on purpose or by accident, that's not to say that every single thing they will ever say will be inaccurate or untruthful. So that's a pretty important aspect to have as well. So if your teacher is clinging on to a certain source and not really looking at other sources, then that's a problem. And the last point is you should be looking for something along the lines of "don't take my word for it." So if the teacher is basically hinting along the lines of "don't take my word for it," then that's a good sign that they are a high quality teacher. So if they're making a claim, even if they are quoting highly reputable sources, whatever that even means, because that's kind of subjective, depending on who's listening, then they should still kind of encourage you to basically do a science experiment, whether it's actually in the physical world or in your mental space, where you're trying to think, is it logical? Does it make sense? Are my past experiences backing it up, or are they doing the opposite of that? And a whole lot of other things. As I've said in the past, I will provide you with how to work out what is true or not, and it's really not that easy. Honestly, if you really admitted it and really worked it out and just sat down and contemplated, then you would realize a whole lot of things you thought you were true may not be true, and you're just believing it. But that's getting a bit too deep for this video. So, so to wrap this video up, if this teacher or guru or yogi or so-called master, someone you look up to who you are allowing to teach you, is failing to meet some of these points, then you can challenge them. And if they are reacting in an unhealthy way and basically not being a good teacher, like I've tried to express in these two videos, then honestly, you're probably better off moving to another teacher, another master, because otherwise you could continue the chain of potential misinformation. And it would be even worse if you were to teach other people the misinformation you've just been taught. And we don't want that. We would like to spread as much truthful information around the world as possible. We don't want to spread misinformation. So yeah, and it's probably even worse when you're accidentally spreading misinformation and then realizing you were spreading misinformation, but it's too late because potentially hundreds, thousands, or even more people have already soaked it up, and good luck trying to gather all of those people and trying to say, I was wrong, this is my explanation, these are whatever sources, to say that I was wrong about it. It's probably pretty impossible trying to find all those people again. Yeah, that is pretty much it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, click the bell, make a comment. What did you like? What did you not like? And also, if you have any extra points on what makes a good or bad teacher or master, then please let me know in the comments. This list is very unlikely to be exhaustive. There may also be contradicting points that you may have, so don't be afraid to state them in the comments. Share with you could share with your teacher if you were that brave enough to. It's up to you, honestly. Share with people who you think might have a teacher who is someone who's probably not a high quality teacher, and just try to be gentle, because this friend who you're sharing these videos with, they might be emotionally clingy to that teacher or their teachers or their masters who they look up to. So just be very careful and know that arguments might happen between you and your friend, and I don't claim responsibility for that. It's up to you what you do with these videos. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you have an awesome day and an amazing life.